Last month on the Run 7 show, we tried to do some things together like disarm bombs.
Pyramid.
Nope, that's not it. 5. Damn it. It's gonna blow up in my face. 25 seconds, top to bottom. Damn it.
N, upside down E.
All right, got it. Yeah, we got that one. We had fun playing Star Citizen. We're crushing rocks and sucking up Hadnite. I forgot to hit reverse. I've been flying backwards. Son of a bitch. Drats. Spoiled again. Very first scan. We freaking nailed it. Let's go. Whoa, looks like you're gonna hit it, right? Hit the brakes. Estimated wait. We don't like to wait around here. We're impatient little bitches. It's gonna work! Needs to look at my spaceship. I gotta make my drip match. 68 Magellan meters. That's right, folks. We only had to do 6 extra steps and pay an alpaca to get there, but we made it. Woo! Yeah! We popped that motherfucker. Go. Seriously, it just whiffed it away. We did all that work to put the space station in the shot and just whoop, gone. I'm a mining superstar. Woo! Oh, that was fucking great. And we had a disastrous time making Star Citizen videos. High quality game you got here, Chris. Let's go into Star Citizen and have a completely different nightmare. You're just jerking us off, Chris. You're just jerking us off. My New Year's resolution is to find a server that works. Just walk. I don't want the fucking glizzy. Come on. Jump up there, you fat tub. Oh, fuck me. Gomez, you asked, what's the payoff for mining? 3 hours to get fucking 0. Maybe I can shove this thing in my face and not die of starvation while we try to get Chris to fix his fucking game. We're star sitters. We babysit servers to see if they'll ever fucking work. You have to invest your personal time in this game. You have to suffer with the rest of us. Could have a winner here, folks. What the f***? This game, f*** you, Chris. See how much fun we have playing Star Citizen? This is f***ing great, isn't it? $750 million, 12 years in production. Everything's fine here, folks. That's what I think of this game. We started Silent Hill 2 and had a lot of jump scares. Oh, Jesus. Whoa! Ah! 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 What? They're not gonna jump out at me? Ah! All right, let's go down. Ah! Jesus! Okay, now we're getting started. All right. Ah! We're doing okay. Ah! Ah! What's in here? Oh! Oh my God, it's just you. Oh! Oh! Jesus Christ! This other. Oh! Jesus! Oh! Jesus! F me! Oh my God! My heart rate is through the roof! Oh, and there was an issue with a toilet. What? No! No, James! No! Obviously, we're gonna do it, but why? Oh, look at his hand. Look at how filthy that is. I want to take a shower now. It looks bloody. Not only does it look filthy, it looks bloody as well. Somebody not only murdered that toilet, but was murdered on that toilet. James runs to the toilet, takes a knee, and then looks at the camera like, hit that A button. Hit that A button. Let's search this bitch. And of course, all our general shenanigans. Egg cartons blocking our path, folks. We can't get through. I will shoot you in either one of your crotches. And it's another glory hole. Further. Ooh, another glory hole. These are always fun. Further. James puts his hand in any hole he can find. Bingo. I know Purple Sticky needs like 2 midgets and a horse before he can get off. I'm the other end of the spectrum. Don't go cold turkey on the Java cakes, my guy. Hey, little girl, want some candy? I bought the kids a PS5. I want a suit that makes me look sexy. Me a sexy space pilot. Shoot him in the dick. Shoot him in the dick, that's what we're gonna do. Okay, shooting him in the dick didn't work. And you just smash it into your face. I I saw a snowman with some titties. All right, let's go. Finally, Maria's good for something. She's obviously like, hey, let's go to the titty bar and have a drink. And James is like, I'd rather talk about my dead wife. Ooh, burn. My wife bought me a Thrustmaster. Are you tired of regular minutes? Try time minutes today. At midnight, I turn into a pumpkin. Can you pay for my video game habit? But honestly, I'm broke as shit, so you guys need to pay for my video game habit. You're coming here to help me play this game? Doesn't work the other way around. Just do it, James. Can't be any worse than your haircut. Well, that was all my big brain ideas right there, all in one. Self-promotion's a bitch. So join us this month as we make all new memories. What's going on, everybody? Let me get some music playing for us. There we go. All right, it's the new happy hour. And we're gonna get the gang in here. I've already got Flint in the room. And looks like Rello's not gonna show up. That's unfortunate. Bubba Hotep just stepped in here as well. So let me just switch over to this scene, which I'm so sad because I wanted to get Flint dancing on the table right here, doing his hula hooping skills. And the video that I had of him was so crappy that I couldn't make it work. There was no way. And I doubt I'll ever get
you $1.
I'll doubt I'll ever get him to hula hoop again for me. I need to remember to blow up his window when I catch people doing fun stuff like that.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah. So today I have a topic, actually. And we don't have to talk about the topic. We can talk about whatever comes up as usual. But I do have a topic. So we can go there if you want. So we got Flint. We've got Strategist Shiro. Strategist, you bought me Silent Hill 2, didn't you?
Maybe.
I know. I can't remember because you purchased me so many games. I can't remember. But yeah, I think it was you. Anyway, we've been playing that and having a great time. We did that today. And the real Bubba Hotep, what have you been doing on your stream lately?
I've been doing a whole bunch of nothing, man. Marvel Strike Force and Suffering. That's about it.
Marvel Strike Force and Suffering. You got to get you a side piece to play.
I'm telling you. I'm thinking about going back to Angry Birds. That's just about my speed. But
I used to love me some Angry Birds, man. About the time that the second movie came out, I had my fill, though.
Yeah. I don't know, just something about hurling pigs, about knocking the pigs over and stuff like that reminded me too much of my second marriage.
Does Flint have a hot aunt? My penny sense is tingling.
Flint has a hot mom.
Yeah, we had Flint's mom on last time.
Yeah, I know, I was watching. I was saying, how you doing?
Flint is too young to appear on Happy Hour Windstorm. He's only 16 years old.
I have an ice cream in my hand right now.
Well, share with the group. Turn your camera on. And he hates it when I tell him he's 16.
I'm 17, first of all. Second of all,
That's right.
16 and a half.
Yeah, 16 and a half. Dude, you're making me so jealous of those cigars.
Man, you should get yours in a few days.
I'm hoping so. And when they do get here, I think I'm just gonna I kind of need to ventilate the studio anyway. So I think I'll I'll open up the door and put some box fans in here, and I'll go ahead and smoke it in here in the studio. But if I closed up the studio, I mean, it would be here. Let me show you how small my studio is. I can. It's not very big.
Was burnt down.
Oh man, yeah, that'd be like Cheech and Chong, dude. You would automatically age 30 years if you had everything shut up with all this smoke.
Seven, you got a hat redemption?
These things smoke, man.
Yeah. And I am a cigar connoisseur, though I smoke cheap ones, or I used to smoke cheap ones all the time. Like I said, I would freak those black and mild ones by taking them apart and put them back together without the paper flavoring in them. But I still enjoy a really good cigar. I have the problem that I inhale the cigar. I don't just nurse it like a lot of people do. I actually breathe that stuff in, and it gets me pretty wound up.
Oh yeah, I got you. I have a problem with that from time to time, and then my throat ends up getting scratchy as all hell. I have a hard time breathing.
Yeah, because I used to be a regular smoker.
Yeah, I need to quit. I went like a week and a half without a cigarette, without a cigar, anything when I was sick. But then as soon as my lungs started feeling a little bit better and I could breathe, man, right back to it. I'm like, yeah, it's not that bad.
Yeah. Run smoking on camera, 18 plus content there. That's right. That's right. Flint wouldn't be able to come in and hang out if we were smoking. Don't smoke, Flint. It's terrible for you.
It is. It's bad. I'm only 13 years old, and look at how aged I am. I look like I'm 80.
Yeah. Yeah. Hotep's the young one on the stream right now.
Hotep's the young one.
What's up, Rello? How's work treating you, buddy? I wish you'd come hang out with us. I guess you're too good for us. I quit my job so I could do this. Why don't you just quit your job and come hang out?
Yeah,
Don't you
Villa,
have
quit your
something else
job.
lined up?
I'm sorry. What was
You
that?
had something else lined up.
Oh yeah, I did have something else lined up and that fell through. I was pretty upset. I was supposed to do water meter installations, and it was a pretty good paying job. They give me my own truck, and I'd have a whole area that I would cover myself, and there was bonus pay for extra work done, and the pay was way better than the city. Like it was like career pay with opportunity, all sorts of stuff. And the bid on the job that the company thought they had in the bag, which is why they were hiring 4 new guys for it, they ended up not getting it at the last minute. And so they had to call those 4 guys back and say, hey, we're sorry. And they still wanted to hire me, but they only had other locations that I couldn't go to. And it was a contract job. So, I mean, I would be a regular like 1099 employee, but it was only for about a year. And then it would be, if they had another contract in the area, they would continue having me on, or I could move or something. So, but it was a year that looked like it was going to be great. And I thought it was in the bag. I went and took a drug test for them and everything. They were real apologetic because they thought they had this. And so I didn't get it. And now I'm just pushing my private contract business. I'm a handyman. That's it. I had a little old lady call me to fix her thermostat the other day, and I drove over across town to fix it. And the power had gone out in the city. And all she needed to do was input the time and date, and it would work. And I was like, I'm not even gonna charge you.
Makes you feel bad for charging it.
Yeah, I wasn't. I mean, it was like a 20-minute drive over to her house, but it was nothing. It was like, yeah, I just couldn't do it. Sure, I'll quit when you start paying my bills. Yeah, I can't pay my own bills, Rello, so don't worry about it. I wish I could see what Duchess's new boyfriend looks like. Rello's definitely too good for you guys. That's 2 different topics, right? We're not talking Duchess's boyfriend and Rello being too good. Those are 2 different topics. You just kind of smashed them into one sentence, right, Windstorm? Smoking is a bitch to quit. Been 6 years since my last smoke. Stopped like 3 times before, once for 18 months. Yeah, that's the problem. Like, I can quit smoking. I quit smoking a lot. That was easy to do. It was only quitting once. That's the trick.
It was so easy. You tried a whole bunch of times.
Yeah, I just kept doing it over and over and over. No,
I tried to quit once. I went probably about a month without having a cigarette. I was doing fine, doing perfect. First time I saw my ex-wife after I quit smoking, went and picked up a pack of cigarettes. And nah, man, too stressful.
She put you through the ringer, huh?
Well, man, that was, oh, dude.
How long were you married to her?
4 years.
That's long enough.
Terrible. I swear, if anybody was ever demon possessed, it was that freaking cow. I swear. She was just a bad person.
How old were you guys when you got married? Were you youngin'?
No, I was 28, something like that. And it was a few years after my first wife passed away, so I was kind of, I was used to
I'm sorry. I didn't know you lost a wife.
Oh, yeah. It was a while back. My kids were real young whenever she passed. But yeah, I married her, and I lived with her, and we did great for a while. We were fantastic. She had kids, but something happened with the court, and the dad got custody, and we were living together, and the lawyer said, well, if you get married with his job and it shows stability and you don't have to worry about this, you can get the kids back. And I said, all right, yeah, no problem. And she got the kids back. We got married, and she went from a nice person to, man, a freaking she-demon in less than a year. Just completely changed. And I said, nah, I can't do it anymore.
See, I just married a bad woman the first time. I kind of knew what I was getting into. When she told me she'd been cheating on me for like a year and a half, I was like, whew, that's my out. You're not supposed to feel relief when they say that. You're not supposed to be like, all right, I get to go. Guilt-free, I'm out of here.
Thank you.
It's like, sweet, that's the ticket. Because I was always like the one who broke up with chicks in relationships before that. And we're talking when I was real young, like almost Flint's age. How many girlfriends you had, Flint?
Waiting for him to say something.
He's showing us his current girlfriend. That's his current girlfriend.
What? Everything. That's exactly what she looks like. This is a picture.
I thought you were going to prom with one last year or something.
No, that's not what happened. Not even close.
Do you got a sob story for us, Flint?
No.
No? What happened to the prom date? I thought you had a prom date lined up last year.
No. Never was one.
Never one was? Oh, I must be thinking about somebody else though. That's all right, man.
People probably just over-exaggerate or something.
Yeah, I thought you had some girl that she stopped playing a game or something, and you said that you were going to break up with her because she wasn't playing the game as much or something like that.
Not me. Nope.
Oh, well, it's just, you don't get outside enough. See, start doing IRL streams. You'll just be beating those women away with a stick. That could be your new stream. Flint runs away from all the women chasing him. And it's just you holding the camera as you run down the street, filming all these women chasing you down the street as you run away. That'd be a great stream. I'd watch that. I'd tune into that.
Me too. Just walk up, go into a mall. Well, if malls even exist anymore, wherever young kids hang out, just go up to the prettiest girl and say, "Hey, excuse me, do you want to be Twitch famous?" And just get her on there. Oh yeah.
There's like an abandoned insane asylum near us that people hang out on.
Insane asylum.
Oh, that's where the young kids go to hang out. Abandoned insane asylums now? Man.
I kid you not. That is where people say they go and hang out.
Yeah, they don't. Do you guys have mall rats anymore? Is that even a thing?
No. I'm in Virginia. I'm in Williamsburg. Our nearest mall is in like Newport News, which is like 2 hours away. And it's not really a mall. It's like one floor, but they call it a mall. It's really weird.
Malls can be one floor. They're generally two-story, but okay. Is it an outdoor shopping mall? Like what are those?
No, it's indoor.
Oh wow, big time. You're hitting the big time there. Yeah, when I was younger, you hung out at the mall when you were really young, and then you would go. There was 2 main streets in town, and they were both one-way streets, right? And so people would just circle the town like a never-ending parade. And if you were old enough to drive, you were in the parade. If you weren't old enough to drive, you were on the shoulder, hoping that somebody would like pull over randomly and feel bad for you and like give you some beer or something like that. And that's just how, like, the day was at the mall, the evening was on the strip, and then when you were finally old enough, you drove some circuits, and then you realized, this is really dumb. And and you started hanging out at home and playing video games and doing whatever it is you want to do until you were 21 and hit the bar, and then it got bad again.
Yep. That sounded just like my Friday nights, man. Just going up and down, walking the strip, seeing a bunch of high school kids driving their cars around and praying that they don't hit you with something.
See,
Hang on, speaking of IRL streams,
Benny Westside, he knows what, yeah, he's out there running away from the women right now. I bet there's a flock of women chasing him down the street. He had comments from the last time talking about how gorgeous he looked.
Thank you. No, I'm not. No, nothing. People thought I was filming them, sorry. I'm just saying hi from the Desert Botanical Garden in Phoenix.
Ooh.
Can't stay on too long, but just wanted to say hi.
What are you doing at the garden?
Just visiting.
That's cool.
Yeah, we were in Arizona for a couple days.
streaming run. It's right there on the screen. Like, come on.
Flying back tomorrow.
Well, that's cool. Thanks for stopping by on Happy Hour while you're on vacation.
Of course.
Do people think it's weird that you're like hanging out online, or is this a normal thing? I never really see IRL streamers. That's why I'm so fascinated when Cleaning Agent does it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm basically just FaceTiming my friends, you know?
I guess so. I guess that's a thing. I don't FaceTime anybody either. I'm too old for all that stuff. I like to sit here in my claustrophobic studio
Try
and
it.
talk to people
nice.
through a screen.
It's nice. A lot of people are here on dates. It's so funny. Anyway, I'll get going. Have a great Friday. Happy Valentine's Day. Say hi to Raw for me.
Okay, will do.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Thanks, Benny.
See it.
You sent me a map of your mall, Flint.
I know. It's really not that big.
No, I could tell by the map. It wasn't.
Really not that big.
Does it still have a KB Toys in an arcade?
Oh man, I remember KB Toys.
Yeah,
I used to
Lego
beg
store.
Mom to take me there.
There's a Lego store in it.
A Lego
Yeah.
store. I've seen one of those. That looks pretty cool too.
Yeah, we'll stay away from Lego stores, man. I spend way too much on the kids with Legos. That's all they want, Legos, and they don't want the cheap
How do I
ones
change
either.
background?
I got a lot of friends that do the Lego collecting and spend gross money on Lego stuff. And I mean,
like that
Yeah,
one
it's
that's
crazy.
$500.
yeah, like that exactly.
Yeah, it's more like 1,000 now.
Is that the Technodrome or is that the Death Star? I can't tell. Okay.
That shop is full of Legos.
Man, you got some OnlyFans.
Oh
money going
man,
on.
look at that.
I have 4 or 5 bins over here full of Legos. I got more in a closet full of Legos. My camera just froze.
That's all right. At least you have a mattress cover. I'm glad it's not a bare mattress on the bed. I'd be feeling pretty bad for you.
I'm telling you, man, appreciate it now because when you get a free $500 in a couple of years, it's not going to Death Star. It's going to groceries.
Yeah, for sure. Our arcade was called Spaceport. Was your arcade fun, Faust? I remember there was an arcade in Malibu, and it was like you paid to go in there, and then everything was free. So you paid like $15 to go in, and then all the games were free as much as you wanted to play. It was amazing because you could go in there and you could beat the Ninja Turtles arcade without having to spend $200 in quarters.
If you were bad at it,
I was terrible at it. Okay, so one of the stories I always tell is why I never had birthday parties. And when I was, I don't remember, like 8 years old or something, I invited everybody in my class to my birthday, and
before you were forced to.
only yeah, it was before you were forced to, and only 2 people showed up to my birthday, and they were brothers. Turned into one of my best friends, and his little brother. But my mom had gotten like $3 worth of quarters for every kid to play video games at the pizza parlor, and we got all the quarters ourselves, and so we beat Golden Axe, and it was amazing. It was so much fun, and you never get to play a video game, like a big old arcade game like that, unless you either own it or you go to like one of those free play arcades. Why is Strategist so quiet? I don't know. Like, I've got him cranked up. Sometimes he just comes in a little quiet for some reason.
Discord probably did Discord things.
He's never turned his camera on. I have no idea what Strategist looks like, Windstorm. They removed out KB Toys and arcades years ago, but just added a Dave & Buster's to an outside, unattached building. I've never been to a Dave & Buster's. I don't know what it's like.
Yeah, me neither.
Is this
I heard
better?
like grown-up arcade. That was like a grown-up Chuck E. Cheese.
I didn't notice any change in your sound there, Strategist.
Damn it. Fucking Discord.
Okay, so I have a serious question or topic that anybody watching can see in the stream title down there, which is: are panic attacks real, or do you think this is just people being a bunch of pussies?
No, they're real.
I know they're real, but because I've had a couple, but I still feel like a pussy when I have one.
Okay,
So does that count?
so obviously I'm bringing this up because for the first time in my life, I think I'm actually experiencing panic attacks.
Because you currently don't have a job and you left.
When I moved to Texas, I planned on not having a job for at least a year, maybe 2. And it didn't bother me. I was loving life. But now that it's like the 2 years is up and we were supposed to be on to the next stage, but shit happened. And I'm way off the map of the original game plan. And yeah, I don't have a job right now. I have a plan. I'm not hurting for money. But this isn't the original plan. And I guess that's part of it. I don't know what it is. But I thought I was having, like, I couldn't breathe. Like, I couldn't catch my breath. Like it felt like there was no oxygen in the room. I could breathe just fine. It just didn't feel like it was doing anything. And my heart would race or feel like I was skipping beats. And I'm like, am I dying? Am I dying? This would happen while I was reading a book or doing dishes or something. It didn't happen when, a car backfired or, I was sitting there doing, balancing my checkbook or something. It didn't happen at a time when you think that you would be stressed out. It happened later.
It never happens when you think it'll happen. That's
right.
what a panic attack does.
Yep, never.
Hey, it looks like Chad thinks panic attacks are real also.
Yeah, because they are.
It's 100%.
This is like asking if the sun is real.
The last time I had an anxiety attack, I was actually put in the ER for like 8 hours because my blood pressure was so high. I was in the stroke zone and they couldn't get it down. My blood pressure led into an anxiety attack, and the anxiety attack kept pushing my blood pressure up and up.
See, that's kind of how I feel when these things happen to me. I've always, like, okay, at first when people talked about panic attacks, I was like, these are just people that can't deal with shit. This is just people who are being dramatic. This is just people who want attention. This is just a bunch of nonsense. This is in your head, right? And I think the movies and TV portray it inaccurately. They portray people having a panic attack when shit's going south, and that's not how it works. And so when it's like, I'd see my wife have one, and she would be at home studying or something, and she would start having a panic attack. And I'm like, honey, you're just stressed out or something or whatever. And I always thought it was weird that it would happen to her at an unusual time when stuff isn't going crazy. And so then I was like, okay, maybe there is something to this. And I started, kind of researching. I realized, okay, panic attacks are real, but they're not going to happen to me because I have a strong mind. I can think my way out of it, right? I can just be like, I'll calm down and breathe slow or whatever. And then when it happens to you and you're like, I don't have fucking control of this shit. What the hell? It totally blew me away.
That is 100% exactly what feeds into my anxiety attack, is not having control. That's it. I'll feel a pain, or I'll feel like my heart race, or something will feel off and weird. And I start focusing on me not being able to have control and fixing it. And then it just goes way out.
Right. You have no control over it.
Yeah.
I got shaking head for like a second right there.
Baka, you're driving. Get off the fucking phone.
It's on the phone now. And I'm on hands-free. It's fine.
You're cutting out there, buddy. So yeah, it looks like chat says that they all felt the same way. They thought it was bullshit until it starts happening to them, and then you realize. And apparently it happens to people in their 35, 40s a lot. Well, like when you're younger, it just doesn't seem to happen to you, probably because you think you're invincible. I don't know. Maybe Flint has no idea what we're talking about. He's like, panic attack. He's like, I got worried when I couldn't find the bathroom in time one day.
No. I have generalized anxiety disorder.
Oh, you do? So you deal with this shit at 16?
Diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder.
Oh man, I can't imagine. They might be over dramatized by Hollywood, but they are real. I think Hollywood gets it wrong. I remember an episode of Newsroom, and the girl's stressed out in the newsroom and she has a panic attack. And it was like they talk about the symptoms and they show how you can like kind of help a person calm down, or at least let them know that they're not dying, this is normal or whatever, and help them to just get control of themselves a little bit. Even that doesn't really work the way they showed it, but it doesn't happen while you're in the thick of it. And I think what it is it's because I asked my wife and she looked into it. It's a buildup of cortisol in your system, and it kind of reaches a peak, and this causes other things to happen in your body, and then later this shit unloads on you. And so later in the day or later in the week, you could be doing the dishes and suddenly your heart's racing and you can't breathe and you feel dizzy or lightheaded and you don't know why, and no matter what you do, you can't make it stop. And that's fucking scary.
Excuse me.
By the way, this is happy hour and we curse a lot here. So if you're coming to my usual stream where I'm trying to not curse and everything, this is maybe not late night like it used to be in Taco's stream, but we're still gonna not hold back and say whatever the hell we want.
Actually, it's the new happy hour.
That's right. I made the new kind of bounce up there above me so you'd know it's the new. That was a perfectly timed taco shooter. Goose Goose Duck this Saturday? That sounds good. I might get in on that. I might get in on some Goose Goose Duck this Saturday.
I am likely going to be occupied by like 20 centimeters of snow, so good fucking luck.
Better than being occupied by 20 centimeters of something else.
I'm supposed to get like 9 inches of snow here too.
Ron, do you even know how much 20 centimeters is?
I have no idea. That's the metric system. I think 20 centimeters is something like a foot. That'd be my guess. If I had to guess 20 centimeters, I'd say a foot.
It's 8 inches.
8 inches? Okay, well that's still pretty big.
Stop cheating, Flint. We know you Googled that.
No.
Very good at math.
If you Googled, it'd be 7.872, I believe is the exact number.
He rounded up the sound smart.
7.87401575.
Aha, yeah, you just ratted yourself out. See, you still had it up
I knew
there.
that off the top of my head.
Sure.
2.37 centimeters is 1 inch. Is that what I'm seeing in chat?
Okay. No, so 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. That's the easy way to know it.
Okay. So more centimeters fit into an inch.
1 inch, correct. 1 inch is 2.5 of the other thing.
Okay, 1 inch is 2.5 of the other thing. That's the best. Thank you, strategist knows how to.
It's like the running thing, right? Like Celsius and Fahrenheit is like 2.7, and kilograms from pounds is 2.5 or 2.2. So roughly everything converts over.
Numbers that turn into more weird fucking numbers.
No, the U.S. is right. The UK
How many feet are in a mile?
I'm American, and I can even agree that we should switch to the metric system. I'm sorry, it is the superior system, and it makes sense. The king's inch is stupid.
End in 0 and are easy.
Yeah.
So, in my vet class, everything is in the metric system. It's way easier. Like we had to learn all the formulas and stuff to transfer everything over to pounds and all that.
Honestly, I think they should just start teaching American kids the metric system, and then later teach them how to convert it back to standard American. And I know like every American male who's ever turned a wrench in his life is gonna lose their shit when they hear me say that. But I'm sorry, the metric system is a superior system to American standard.
Certain things need their own measurement unit type, such as wrenches or screws.
And drugs.
Yes, but if we switch everything to metric when it comes to wrenches, we will never have a 10 millimeter, ever. Because those sons of bitches disappear every time you need them.
No, they don't disappear. They were in the last engine you worked on, and now somebody else's toolbox.
Yeah, now it's rattling around.
This conversation is going to trigger your anxiety. One Pride, you could just turn your microphone on, jump in here, and talk to us about it, man. That's what we're here for. It's Mental Health Friday.
I think my dog got a hold of something. My dog's about driving me nuts.
Abuse these mod powers. Because Huss was like, metric was made by inbred royalty. And I'm sitting here and there's a ban button I can click that's really tempting.
Oh, One Pride's working on his ride right now. That's why we're triggering his anxiety, because we're trying to convince him that metric's better.
No. We're convincing him that his 10 millimeter has walked up. And
He dropped it into that camshaft. Yeah.
I'm convinced that's a conspiracy, man. Every set of sockets or wrench you have, you think you have a 10 millimeter in there, and you never do. So you have to go buy an.
Oh yeah, and you'll have 3 13 millimeter wrenches for some reason, and 13 millimeter isn't used on anything.
Exactly.
It's really annoying. Like when I worked for the city, we need a half-inch socket to change out signs. Like everything on the signs in the city uses half-inch sockets for change out stop signs, street signs, whatever. And for whatever reason, we don't have any half-inch sockets. I mean, obviously it's because we use them and then people leave them by the sign that they fix. One more reason why I left the city. Couldn't stand the incompetence there. But it kind of drove me nuts because it was like, we're always working on this one thing. Why don't we just equip every single truck with a set of half-inch sockets or a half-inch wrench, just a simple half-inch wrench? You could go buy them in bulk from Harbor Freight, right? And that way you at least have something when you go out on the job and you're like, where's the socket? Just grab the wrench and there it is. But we'd never have that. Always the missing socket from the set.
Did you get in trouble a lot for making sense and people saying you were rocking the boat?
I don't work there anymore. Let's just say that. I don't work there anymore. I had to go back today, and I tried to pay the city for my bib overalls and my jacket because there was real nice Carhartt bib overalls and jacket.
And they said no.
And they said, no, you can't give us money for those. And I was like, oh, okay, all right then. I was just, I only worked there for 6 months, and I was like, I was willing to pay you guys for it because it feels like you guys spent a lot of money on this stuff and you're not getting your value out of it, but whatever. And then later my boss calls me, he's like, that's part of the uniform and we need you to return that. And I'm like, there is nobody in your department that fits that size. What is the point?
It doesn't matter. They can get the stitching of the name off and then reuse it at some point.
Oh,
later.
they didn't stitch my name on it.
It's a tax write-off.
They didn't stitch my name on it. Yeah.
Well, then that's just easier to write off because then it just sits there waiting to be used in inventory.
Yeah.
Exactly. Or they can donate it to Goodwill or something and say that they could claim like $350. Oh,
I doubt they donated anything. What's up, Emma Frost?
Nah, someone wants to smell your gooch, Ron. Someone in the department wants to smell your gooch.
That's probably it. They're probably lurking in chat right now.
Bring it back.
Yeah. No, I was nice. I washed all of my shirts and all my clothes, all the stuff, except for the rental pant. Like they did a rental pant thing where like a company would bring you 11 pairs of pants, which seemed kind of extravagant. When I can function just fine with 3 pairs of denim jeans, that gets me through a week. I just do laundry like a normal person. Anyway, so 11 pairs of pants, and they would wash them, and you just bring them back to them dirty, and it seemed like a weird system to me, but whatever. So I brought them.
Instead of gray.
Chris Elliott.
Yeah, he was on.
Okay. Hold on here. Let me real quick show everybody what Chris Elliott looks like. There's Chris Elliott.
Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
Everybody loves Raymond.
I don't see it though. Maybe because his camera's kind of fuzzy right now, like it's kind of blurry. Green Talking, we have Baka, Strategist, Shiro, and Emma Frost in the windows, and then Real Bubba Hotep's the one with the camera on. That's who we got in here right
now.
now.
Doing his Bendable Straws impression.
See, I haven't been watching Bendable lately, so I guess I didn't know Bendable was that into Taco Bell. Apparently that's like a big thing with him.
He's always, of course he's loving Taco Bell.
Yeah, he lives there. He goes there like 4 times a day. And
also, isn't he also an Amazon driver? Like, where else is he gonna go?
Right, he's an Amazon driver. I want to be an Amazon driver. That sounds like fun.
No, it's really not.
I want to be a
No. Run.
I started doing it. I've had to piss in a cup 3 times.
Okay, run. If you go to reddit.com and then the subreddit.
Oh no!
No. Amazon DSP drivers, you'll see horror stories. No, but it'll give them an idea of the horror stories, Baka.
Is the pay bad?
But, like all people on there like sucking Amazon's dick for some reason.
Is the pay bad?
Oh man, I heard Amazon will dock people and threaten to fire them if they take a bathroom break and everything else.
Yeah. No, they don't fire you for the bathroom break. They fire you because your metrics goes down because the closest bathroom is 15 minutes away.
Man.
And if you get your van stuck in mud or something because, you know, the guy ordered like 6 cases of water and has a driveway that's equivalent to a swamp out of Florida, they don't care. That's a you problem. And then you get fired because your metrics are down because you got stuck.
Yeah, I think I heard a horror story. I think I heard a story this Christmas about an Amazon deal for the Christmas bonus. They gave everybody a snack pack of potato chips and a bottle of water.
Wow, that does sound terrible.
That wasn't a bottle of water. That was liquid motivation to later be used to relieve yourself.
Yes. If the bottle's
in the
empty,
back
you don't
into
have
the
to take a
bottle.
break.
See,
Back into the bottle.
my actual, and this is no joke, my actual dream job would be a delivery driver for UPS. I'm not even kidding you. They make pretty darn good money. They got great benefits. And it's a simplistic job that I could do by myself, put my earbuds in, just drive around. And everybody loves when the UPS guy delivers a package, right?
Ron, I'm going to tell you, you're going to hate it.
Well, Amazon driver sounds like like really horrible, but I think UPS is union and they've kind of made a pretty good spot for themselves there. I heard UPS drivers make pretty good money.
No, you're going to hate it. Because everything now, including like Canada Post and USPS, all of them are using either AI or some form of algorithmic way to figure out your route for dropping off packages. And it's not the most efficient route where it's literally like you do this entire side of the street and then this entire side of the street. It will take you 3 houses up one side of the street, over to the next street 2 blocks down, and then back to the same street you were just on 1 house down.
Well then...
Yeah. You have to manually check that shit yourself. It's annoying.
Well, that's fine with me. I used to make my own routes anyways as a truck driver and stuff.
And then your next day's route will be adjusted based on how fast you went the previous day, even though it's a completely different area.
They should allow the drivers to figure it out for themselves and then just give them bonus pay on how many packages they deliver.
Bonus pay? What do you think this is, a democracy?
I don't know. I like jobs that reward people for doing good work and doing more work and whatnot. That's why.
Is it 1997, Ron?
That's why I've given up trying to find a good job where I'd be happy at, and I'm just going to go into work for myself. I have a side hustle of just doing handyman service. In the spring, I'm hoping to pick up just like regular yard work and some regular work to add into it and just make my own money. And I've always done good working for myself. I was very happy back in Oregon owning my own business, and I was very successful there. And so I'm just going to do it again. I'm just not going to do it in the trucking industry. And I don't know. It's like, I like working. I'm one of those rare people. I enjoy actually getting out there and doing the labor, which is why I was so miserable working for the city, because government doesn't incentivize you to do good work. The incentivization is reversed. You're incentivized to do as little as you possibly can without getting fired. That's where you make your money, because everyone's going to get paid the exact same no matter what, and there's no benefit in doing good, working hard, or proving yourself. There's nowhere to climb. You would just have to wait for people to die before you get promoted, and even then you can get skipped over for no reason at all, because it's about who you know and not how hard you work. And so everyone is doing the absolute minimum, and they all get paid the same to do that.
That sounds like every place nowadays.
That kind of feels like it. And that's why it's easy for me with a good work ethic to go out there in almost any field that I'm competent in, and I can excel. I did great at the hardware store. Everybody freaking loved me there because I enjoyed doing the work.
Yeah, the problem with the city is if you have a problem with a budget and the city saying, well, you know, we're coming in above budget, so no raises this year. You know, you could be 3, 4, 5 years without getting a raise, and there's no incentive. Everybody said, well, you know, I'm getting the same amount, prices are going up, I'm doing absolutely nothing.
Right.
I think the only way that you can actually make a living and be happy is to work for yourself nowadays.
I think so too. All the people that I know that are very happy with their job are owners of their own business or partners in a business that they helped create, and they're happy. And usually their biggest complaint is that they can't find employees who are willing to work. and have good work ethic. And there's a lot of jobs out there that are willing to pay people to do good work. Like they do exist out there, but it's just hard to find people that will fill those roles. And it's hard for me to find those roles. I thought I had one, but I didn't. Work ethic is non-existent these days. Entitled youngins, I think. I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting old or something.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, but I'm older than you, so I mean that could be it.
How old are you?
Everybody, I'm 46. I'll be 47 next month.
Okay, you're not that much older than me.
Yeah, I'm not older than dirt, but I'm older than some rocks out.
I'm not older than dirt, but I'm older than most of the rocks.
I mean, if you want $20 for working at McDonald's, you know, I understand a lot of people, well, I can only get a 4-hour shift here, 4-hour shift there. And I know the cost of living is going up and stuff, but you know, that's unskilled labor. And kids nowadays, they don't know the difference between skilled labor, semi-skilled labor, unskilled labor, where anybody can walk off the street, go through a 4-hour training course, and all of a sudden you're assistant manager. You know, they don't really understand that. So they want something for nothing. That employers can't get anybody to work for a good wage where they can actually make some money and let the business grow.
But also on the salary that is there, you can't afford to live nowadays, unlike earlier in the century.
Yeah, I'm with you exactly.
Inflation has outscaled what is considered a livable wage via minimum wage. Heavily so. That's why student wage was brought into existence, because they went, well, they can't be paid that much. That's going to be too much.
Yeah.
The guys of the city were all excited about getting a 4% increase every year. They'd get a 4% increase in their wages, and I was like, guys, the past 2 years, inflation's been 10%. You're getting outpaced. You're losing money year over year.
Everywhere's getting outpaced. If my workplace could afford to pay me 10% extra, I would be making what is considered the average for my industry in position.
I think that's why so many people, they move every 2 years. Like, that's the average. You stay at a job for 2 years and then you got to get the hell out of there so that you can get a better pay increase. You might move horizontally, you don't go up in rank of whatever kind of, business you're in, but you just move to a different business, because going in, they need somebody to work and they know no one's going to come in at the going rate. They've got to up it to catch up with that inflation. And so everybody switches jobs after 2 years. Like, my sister and my brother-in-law, they're like, if you aren't changing jobs every 2 years, you are losing. You're out of it. That's just not how it works. They're with those people that fail upwards, I swear. They're making big money doing their stuff. My sister works at like a bank or something like that. Not like a teller. She works at like the headquarters and does like way upper management of teams of people who are doing I don't even know what. She started out as a psychologist, and somehow she went to like Microsoft, and now she works at Chase or something. She's met Jamie Dimon and stuff. Like, she's way up there. Still can't get a damn loan from Chase though.
If I would have met Jamie Dimon, I would have asked for, because he's always coming across, like the last 2 years, man, we're going to have an economic collapse and get out of this and get out of that, and then he's investing so much, into all of the stuff he tells us to get out of. We're trying to figure out what the hell's going on.
Well, yeah, that's kind of like sort of like insider trading or an anti-self-fulfilling prophecy. He's like, hey, this is going to be really bad, and everybody gets out of it, and then he buys it up.
yeah, he buys the dip quick. It just went from $50 a share down to $20 a share because they listen to me. I'm going to scoop it up and make even more money.
I guess Chase had, like, Jamie Dimon instituted that you have to go into work X amount of hours in a week because they purchased so much real estate to do business in, and it wasn't being used. And COVID proved that you don't need to conduct, all your business from a location, from brick and mortar, and you can do it from home. But because they had all these assets that weren't being used and they couldn't liquidate them, he just like instituted a policy that they have to go in. Like, my sister will literally go into work and then do Zoom calls with all of her staff. everybody.
Next cubicle or over and do less work because you're also too busy talking to people.
Yeah.
Most jobs in that fashion are less efficient when in an office environment together.
I agree. Unless you're at home with kids and you don't have a workspace and your kids are constantly like running through and throwing paper airplanes at you while you're trying to work. But for the most part, I think you could be way more productive at home.
Yeah, I think you can too. But I'm really surprised on my stream you haven't seen me throw something at the grandkids yet. I'm really surprised. Because they'll come in and they'll just start having a conversation with me and I'm trying to like, snap my fingers and get them to go somewhere. You know, I'm really thinking about like keeping pencils and pens and erasers and stuff. So just kind of outside of the screen a little bit.
Try to doing the. You're trying to make contact with the camera, but you're just like trying to tell your kid to leave. You can see your arm shaking off screen. Yeah, I've been there.
Sooner or later, you're just going to hear me talk, and then you just see me push real hard. Just
You hear a big thunk off screen.
I think Bubba is the closest one in age to me, so I have to ask. When you were in high school, did the senior kids throw batteries or pennies at the junior kids for like the first assembly of the year?
Oh, I don't really remember pennies or anything like that. What I really remember is getting hit in the back of the head with freaking then flicking pencils and grabbing rubber bands and using them like slingshots and hitting your
rubber bands to shoot the paper clips. That was the thing. Spit wads were just going out of style. They were upgrading to metal.
Okay. Because we got like AA batteries thrown at us regularly.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I heard about the battery thing at sporting games, and I'm like, that's horrible, man.
I think
got a
in
bunch of
my
free
town, the
batteries. What do you
kids
mean?
yeah, the kids were too poor to throw AA batteries. They wanted to keep them Game Boys and everything like that.
Yeah.
You know, so, and they didn't want to waste it on us little insignificant peons, so they just, anything they could find to throw, they throw. But I do remember getting shoulder checked a lot and getting knocked into classrooms when I'm going to another classroom. Like a class will be in session and a senior would walk by me and just shoulder check me or shove me into the room and I would fall in and everybody would just stare at me and the teacher would stare at me and I'd get embarrassed as shit and run out real quick.
Right, that happened to me. Yeah, that was pretty normal. When I was my freshman year, they cracked down on the seniors hazing the freshmen by writing the F in permanent marker on their forehead. That was the thing for the class before me, and when I came in, it happened to one student. The parents got all Sue happy about it, and they shut that right down, and there was like no more hazing. But before me, the class before me, kids were getting pushed into dumpsters, upside down into trash cans in the middle of the cafeteria. There was all kinds of stuff, and it was the norm, right?
Yeah.
Now it's lawsuit material if anything like that happens. And I don't know if that's a good thing or not. I think it's better that the kids don't have to worry quite so much about like the physical violence. And I mean, we do have school shootings now because of weird shit.
Well, I mean, when I was 14, not quite 15, I was in a school shooting. One of like the first documented school shootings in United States history. So I can't really say that there's more, or this or that or the other thing. But I do know I feel sorrier for the kids nowadays because it's on social media. You can't get away from it.
Yeah, the social media bullying is huge.
Yeah, before you could just, as soon as school ended, you could try and run here and run there. Got you. And then you'd be safe until school started again. And on the weekends, as long as you steered clear, it's fine. And now you just can't get away from it. So I feel bad for that. But I also think that bullying has a place, in school and everything like that, because nowadays the kids are told to go get an adult. And if the adult doesn't do anything, if the teacher or the principal's just, don't pay attention to them or steer clear,
right,
then you can have more kids committing suicide. They're not being listened to, they're not anything, and they don't know how to handle it themselves unless they get a firearm or unless they do something permanent for a temporary situation.
Well, that's still not, they don't know how to handle it. Whether they kill themselves or kill somebody else, that's not handling it well. Either way. Right. And so it's like you need bullying in moderation so that kids can learn how to deal with shitty people because the world is filled with shitty people.
Yeah.
I don't want to see kids bullied in school. I want a better way. What's up, Wappa? You gonna jump in here or what? We're gonna be, oh shit. Wow, dude, this hour goes by so fast. Damn.
Yeah, for real.
What, you already gotta go?
Yeah, it's literally the new happy hour is 1 fucking hour, guys. That's all I got time for on Fridays. I have this hour between 6 and 7 to do shit. And that's all I got.
Sounds like you need to call it the only happy hour.
The only, well, it's got hour written in the title. It's just we're all used to being on Taco's stream at 10 p.m. until God knows when, until the sun comes up.
Wait a minute, you don't have a job, you unemployed fuck. How do you only have an hour?
I have kids in a house I got to take care of. So when I'm not working
all day to do it beforehand.
I was actually making content and trying to upload videos and do stuff. I also had other stuff. I mean, I got a lot of shit going on today. I'd love to be up later, but I got the wife coming home and I need to make dinner for the kids. So that's all she wrote.
It's a special night, man. So if Raw comes home.
Oh, that's right. And it's Valentine's Day. So yeah, all you guys out there, remember, if you haven't bought a gift for your lady, you're fucked already.
Yeah.
Bubba, you shouldn't have told him. He would have forgot, and it would have been more news.
No,
for the next happy
I
hour.
was smart this year.
You
She could have hosted it next week. You would have been
Twitch
great.
personality run 7 gets mauled wife because he forgot Valentine's Day.
I went and bought something off of Amazon like months ago and had it delivered, and I hid it under my bed. And then when I heard that today was Valentine's Day, I had the biggest like Grinch grin just crawl up on my face because I had that shit covered. I was like, sweet. I got that gift laying right under this bed. I'm gonna pull that out, set that on the table, and boom, I was done. Just like that. You're the wife and you don't observe? I think that's bullshit, Faust. I bet the wife observes it and she's over there smoldering that you don't.
She observes and she takes mental notes.
Yeah, man. I didn't want to do like a crappy topic of Valentine's Day today because everybody does those stupid things. And honestly, I had it covered. I don't care, and I'm happy. And if you're single today, fucking who cares? Don't worry about it. Valentine's Day is just another day.
Yeah, if you're single today, count your blessings.
Yeah, honestly. Valentine's Day is just another day that we have to conform to. And like my wife and I, we don't really do Valentine's Day, but we have to acknowledge it. Like you have to do something to show, okay, it's Valentine's Day. But we don't go out, we don't spend a bunch of money on each other. We keep the gifts real small, like $20 or less. Just a little something that says, hey, it's Valentine's Day and I took the time to think about you. I may have thought about you once about 3 months ago, and it took me all of 5 minutes to hit buy now, but I did it, and here it shows that I did it, and here you go. Here's your milk whiffer for your coffee. That's all it is. Got her. It looks like a pink vibrator, but it actually is just the little whipper for the milk in her coffee.
Yeah, sure.
I wanted to tell her, hey, I got you something. It's pink and it vibrates, but
We're gonna have a good Valentine's Day.
yeah.
Are you sure you didn't go to adamandeve.com instead of amazon.com?
I should have, man. I should have.
What
I should
kind of
have.
milk does it whip?
Yeah, that's the
real
question
good.
right there. Yeah. What are we whipping? Okay, I would actually love to stay and hang out for a lot more because this hour blew by so freaking fast, but I actually do have to go. And so I'm gonna raid out to somebody. I think probably Cleaning Agent is running. He's usually running, and we'll see about heading over there. So thank you everybody for joining me, and we can do this again next Friday, talk about something or nothing, whatever comes up, and we'll have ourselves a real good time. Cleaning Agent is not live yet, so screw that guy. I'll send everybody over to T-Dub. He's playing Marvel Strike Force. You can hang out over there. Make fun of him for streaming Marvel Strike Force to this day because it's such a horrible game, even though I know many people here still play that game.
Hey,
Yeah, we're not happy about it.
Hopefully might be hiring.
Yeah, I don't think so. They're outsourcing everything for cheap labor. So, all right, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'll catch you next week.
All right, have a good week, fellas.
Bye, everybody.
All right.